thing that we really have in recent memory. This is what it was. Conspiracy that the NFL gives the Chiefs all the calls and nothing goes against them, that's stupid. The numbers will show you that the Chiefs are penalized more often than the opposition. The penalties go against them more often than they don't. It's just facts. People tweet that out and haters look at it and just won't acknowledge what facts are. Now, were the two calls favorable for the Chiefs that they called against the Texans when they hit Patrick Mahomes or almost hit Patrick Mahomes? Yeah. Those went the Chiefs' way. But guess what? By the letter of the law, that's what you're supposed to call. We have a clip that we'll play from, I think, Walt Anderson.
Our good friend, Walt Anderson.
I've never met him in my life.
You've never met Walt?
So I don't know why you would label him as my good friend.
He's my good friend.
Well, you're a good friend. I couldn't pick
He's
him out of a police
former Big 12 head of officials. Good man. He's a dentist, I believe, or an ophthalmologist.
I'd like to meet him. Maybe he could be my good friend.
I'll give you his number.
But just don't make yourself crazy, because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whether they get borderline calls or not. The Chiefs are our public enemy number one. They hate us because they ain't us. Okay? They don't like us. And then, oh, no, it's preferential treatment. No, you know what? How about the 8 sacks against the Houston Texans? How about the fact that their coaching staff kept putting Dalton Schultz, lining him up against George Karlaftis?
But sometimes they give him a running back, too. I mean, come on. They were really doing it.
All 3 sacks George Karlaftis had was because somehow they found a way to put Dalton Schultz on him. All right? How about the embarrassing special teams play that Houston produced on Saturday? How about the magnificent touchdown pass from Patrick Mahomes to Travis Kelce? How about coming up with a scheme where you cover Travis Kelce? How about in the fourth quarter when Steve Spagnuolo put a clown suit on Bobby Slowick and the Houston Texans offense? How about the possession where Spag said, blitz, 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 and Houston had no answer for it? They don't want to talk about that because then they have to give the Chiefs credit. And all these people want to do is steal our sunshine and steal the credit. Don't let them. This is about as much as I'm going to talk about today because I cover the game and I actually watch the game. And the Chiefs were the better team. They beat the Texans. Even if those calls go the other way, the Chiefs still win the game. Boy, the officials had a tough time protecting C.J. Stroud from the Chiefs' pass rush. That was terrible. Boy, the officials sure had trouble making extra points and field goals for the Texans. Did they? Oh, no, that wasn't the officials. That was the Texans having those issues. Boy, the officials sure couldn't find a way to cover Travis Kelce, could they?
Kelce's been killing people all year.
It's stupid. It's stupid. But let me tell you something. And it's only getting, if the Chiefs win again, it's only going to get worse. Listen to me, okay? Let's be the heels. Let's be the nature boy Ric Flair.
It's fun.
Woo! Let's lean into it. Because if you tell me that's the price we got to pay for championships, let me get my wallet out. Let me hand you my credit card. Run it up. I don't care if every other city in the NFL hates us and hates Kansas City. I don't care. We stick together. We know what we got. We got goats up and down that sideline at Arrowhead Stadium. Goats.
Goats.
And this week, get ready for it. Because it's Kansas City versus everybody. It's Kansas City versus the world. Nobody's going to pick the Chiefs on those stupid shows, so don't watch them. Who cares who they pick? I get sent the clip of the bald guy that
Somebody sent you a clip of me?
That was committed fraud, and that he used to do a show with Boomer Esiason. What's his name?
Chris Carton.
Is that his name?
Yeah, he's jailed. Former inmate.
Well, whatever.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with it.
You can bounce back from it. But he says
he's bounced back.
But he says some of the stupidest things that are so wrong about the Chiefs and picks against the Chiefs every week, and he's never right, that people can't figure out. It's got to be shtick. There's nobody that can be that stupid as to pick against the Chiefs every week. There's nobody that can be that stupid, that real, I'm talking about really stupid, to deny the greatness of the Kansas City Chiefs.
They just want to be right once. That's why you pick against them
but
all
they're
the time.
not.
I just want to try it one time.
And then if they are right once, they were just right once, okay?
That's what they want to do.
So don't watch it.
Unless you like it, and unless you wanted to be angry. Some people like to be angry.
Well, that's great. Don't
I like your advice,
share
though.
It.
I like it for comedic effect.
Retweet it. But here's the deal. I see it. I don't care. Like, I don't care what people in New York or people in L.A. or people in wherever. I don't care what they say about the Chiefs.
Please send these to Steven.
Always. This is our team.
Tag him.
This is our time.
Embrace it.
And it has nothing to do with the officials. It has nothing to do with the NFL. It has something to do with the fact that the Chiefs have one of, if not the greatest head coaches ever. They have one of, if not the greatest quarterbacks ever. They have the greatest tight end ever. They have a Hall of Fame defensive lineman in Chris Jones. They have studs all over the field that don't get enough credit, like George Karlaftis and Nick Bolton and Trent McDuffie.
One of the most decorated defensive coordinators of all time.
Creed Humphrey and Trey Smith and Joe Tooney. They have one of, if not the greatest defensive coordinators of all time in Steve Spagnuolo. Those are all facts. And those are all real reasons. So you know what? Bring on the hate. Get out a big-ass straw and drink it up. I drink your milkshake. I drink it up.
That ended ugly, though.
But he won.
He did win.
He won.
What did he
won
win?
in that bowling alley.
What did he win?
I drink your milkshake. I drink it up.
Drink that hate up. It tastes good because that means the Chiefs are winning.
And send all clips to at SSJWHB of any national media picking against
and look,
the Chiefs.
And I'm not going to sit here
On all platforms.
Be belligerent and say, oh, Chiefs are going to win Sunday no matter what. Guaranteed. No respect to the Bills. This game on Sunday is going to be a classic.
Yes.
This game on Sunday is going to be a heavyweight title fight. This game on Sunday is going to be fantastic. If you don't have tickets and you can get your hands on tickets, go do it. All right? Screw your mortgage. Forget about your car payment. Let that car get repossessed. Go to this game. AFC Championship game, a game for the ages. I'll be there covering it with Todd Leabo.
You told me before the show, you said it wasn't big enough. You weren't going.
I was joking.
You were lying?
And let me tell you, and because look, this is what it's all about. This is one of the benefits of following the team, covering a team, loving a team, being fans of a team that are going through this decade of this era of greatness. You get games like this at Arrowhead Stadium. The AFC Championship game. Everyone kept touting this game last night. Well, it's kind of like the AFC Championship game. No, it's not. This should be the AFC Championship game. No, it shouldn't. No. Buffalo's not going to the Super Bowl yet. May not go at all. Baltimore wasn't going to the Super Bowl if they won. You got to go to Kansas City. Road to the Super Bowl goes through Kansas City, through Arrowhead. They're the 1 seed. They didn't get it because the NFL handed it to them. You know how the Chiefs got it? They won 15 games. They won 3 games in 11 days. The NFL tried to screw the Chiefs with the schedule, put their backs up against the wall. And the Chiefs said, hey, NFL, bite me. We'll win all 3 games in 11 days. And that's exactly what they did. They weren't handed the 1 seed.
How are you doing?
They didn't.
How are y'all doing?
The NFL didn't vote. The AP didn't vote on this.
College Football Playoff Committee.
No committee voted on this. The Chiefs went out there and earned it, and they were in the right to have that game at Arrowhead Stadium. Now, it's our duty as Chiefs fans to get out there and make it as difficult as possible for Josh Allen and the Bills to win that game.
Don't sell your tickets to Buffalo either.
We wanted these games our whole lives. Well, here you are. Here it is. We got a game at Arrowhead Stadium, 1 game to win to get to the Super Bowl for a chance at a three-peat and to separate. The Chiefs have a chance to separate themselves from the rest of NFL history. So let's go. You hate it? Good. I'm glad. If you love it, I'm even happier because that means you're a Chiefs fan and you should love it. Hey, if you weren't a Chiefs fan, you'd hate it too. We hated it when it was the Patriots. I hated it when it was the Cowboys. I sure as hell hated it when the Broncos won back-to-back. I didn't like it at all. I assumed the NFL was, favored the Broncos, favored the Cowboys, favored the Patriots. And if that's the scarlet letter that we have to wear, good. I like it. I love it, and I want some more of it. Patrick Mahomes has even been asked, do you like being the hero at home, or do you like being the villain on the road? And he just laughed. He goes, I kind of like being that villain. Yeah, that's right. That's right. When someone's got haters, that means they're successful.
Yes.
That means they're doing something right. You don't have someone doing nothing unsuccessful with a bunch of haters online.
It's not a bunch of Jacksonville Jaguars haters.
You ain't trying to bring someone down that ain't up. And let me tell you something, we up. We up and running. Hate this, NFL.
Back up on that corner.
And guess what? I hope the Chiefs get a whole bunch of preferential calls on Sunday. And I hope it's blatant. I don't care. Oh, it's going to taint taint this. I got your taint. You thought it was going to be easy today? No. I'm all fired up.
He's awake.
Huh?
Are you all right?
Oh, I'm real all right.
Are you going to be okay? You got to get till Sunday.
I got your thing. I don't think anybody wants
I'm
that.
sorry, Mammy.
Take a break before he goes crazy.
I got too much Fanta in me.
Joke for 7 people.
So what? But the 7 people got that joke.
There's some good dumplings.
Oh,
If
my
you
God.
like Ashley Schaefer,
Ladies and gentlemen, Stephen St. John.
it's like ripping this microphone out of its base.
Don't break the equipment.
No. I've had enough troubles
All
with
I
this.
know is the Chiefs are going to the AFC Championship
been-
Of course they are.
It's been 2
7th
years.
year in a row.
Baseline.
Let's go.
That's the baseline. We're just getting back to the baseline.
It's been so long since they hosted the AFC Championship game. 2 long years. The nightmare's over. Finally got one back.
Come on, Buffalo. Come out wherever you are.
Come on, Mafia.
We'll be back after this on WHP. Yeah, Canelo's a Chiefs fan. He gets it. He's worn a Chiefs hat. Told me he's a Chiefs fan. Huh. I'm also a fan of Kansas City Credit Union. If you work, worship, or reside in Jackson, Cass, or Clay County, Missouri, you are eligible for membership. I'm a member. My son Richie's a member. We love it. Some of the benefits of being a Kansas City Credit Union member: free, no minimum balance checking, savings account options to meet your financial goals, direct deposit to account for your check or payroll deduction, no annual fee, debit and credit cards, auto loans with highly competitive rates, home, RV, and motorcycle loans at competitive rates, a mobile app available for iPhone and Android, all free 24/7 online banking, online bill pay, and e-statements. They got it all with 3 convenient locations. Kansas City Credit Union. Visit kansascitycreditunion.com/810sports for more information. And when you stop by Kansas City Credit Union, tell them Stephen St. John sent you. All right. Here's a couple of good calls of two of the biggest plays from the Chiefs' victory over the Texans. Our friend Royals June is always kind enough to post some highlights of the Korean broadcast of the Chiefs game. At Royals_June, Kansas City fan. And here he provides us with the Korean call of the 49-yard reception by Travis Kelce.
가 한번 길게 휴스턴 텍산스를 좀 뒤로 밀어냈습니다. 뒤쪽에서 블랙치가 한 명 들어오는데 한가운데가 횡안이 열려 있습니다. 트래비스 켈시 더 가요. 20야드, 10야드, 5야드까지 트래비스 켈시. 역시나 이곳 에로헤드 스타디움은 트래비스 켈시의 안방입니다.
They like that move. We got in the open field. So did I. Here is the Korean call of the wonderful touchdown pass from Patrick Mahomes to Travis Kelce.
서든골. 화면 가장 위쪽에 트래비스 켈시입니다. 마홈스 앞쪽으로 도야 던졌어요. 받았습니다. 터치다운. 오늘 경기 트래비스 켈시 엄청납니다. 20대 12 잡혀도 쓰러져도 마홈스는 켈시만 봅니다.
You like that?
Same sound you made.
I like it very. Yes, I did. I like that very much. All right, we saw the Bills beat the Ravens. We saw Mark Andrews beat the Ravens. Good God.
Yeah. Or Lamar. Either one.
No.
They both had their Lamar's mistakes were early.
Dude,
Lamar
on those final two drives,
turnovers.
the Ravens were driving to take the lead, and he allows the ball to get punched out.
Terrible.
And so loses the fumble.
And you drop
and
the
then in the
two-point
next
conversion.
drive, they do drive down. Look, and I get it, he had mistakes early. Mahomes has had mistakes early in the game. But I judge you, what are you doing when the game's on line in the fourth quarter?
Lamar was great in the fourth quarter.
And Lamar, and it'll get lost in the shuffle. He was moving that team. They were going to
throw back across his body was awesome.
They were going to be past midfield in that second to last drive, and a touchdown would have put him ahead. And Mark Andrews, I don't know what the hell he was doing. Just get down, man. You ain't no Yak King. Get down.
That's what guys do. They just try to go.
Ball punched out. They lose it, and that allows the Bills to take a bunch of time off the clock and kick the field goal to make it 8. And then, so what's Lamar to do? Legacy drive. He drives the team down the field and throws a beautiful touchdown pass.
Yep.
And then what's he do? He rolls out. What else do you want him to do on that 2-point conversion?
Got to catch the ball.
Somebody said, well, the ball was a little behind. No! On a 2-point conversion, that's as good as you're going to get.
It wasn't an easy play, but you got to catch the ball. Nothing's easy in these games. It gets harder.
Don't ever compare Mark Andrews to Travis Kelce.
These games get harder and harder and harder the later in the year they get. The moments get bigger, and you either crumble or you flourish.
Lamar did not crumble on that last drive.
He did not.
Made the plays necessary.
Now, the other side of it is for all the people who in 2 years will say he lost the game. There was going to be a minute 33 to go, and Josh Allen was very likely to drive the ball right down the field and they lose the game, whatever.
Or maybe throw an interception, or maybe
certainly made it a lot easier.
Nobody knows.
Or
maybe someone, not Josh Allen, makes a mistake.
Lamar Jackson Jake had the stat earlier today. He has had 4 games in his playoff career where he had an interception and a fumble lost, and they're 0-4 in those games. You just can't do that in these games. The Bills were +3 in that game and won by 2 points. Right? That's not great. You go +3 in a playoff game at home, you got to figure it's not going right down to the wire. So the Bills are hurting right now. Their defense is a little bit banged up. And I think if you were asking me, who would you rather see come to Arrowhead? I think I'd rather see the Bills come to Arrowhead as they're put together right now than the Ravens.
I like the way you talk.
So the Chiefs have not turned the ball over since they played the Buffalo Bills. And in that game, they were -2, and it was a ball game till a minute to go when Josh Allen ran the 40-yarder. If they'd have kicked the field goal, the Chiefs would have had a chance to go and do something. So I like this matchup for the Chiefs. Who is going to make these mistakes on Sunday? It's what it's going to come down to. Who's going to make mistakes?
The Bills are due to make mistakes in the game.
I
And they
don't
have the
like
ball
that
knocked
talk
down
the Chiefs
so
will
away.
do too, because they ain't
No,
made a
they're not.
mistake in 2 months.
The Bills aren't. The Chiefs aren't due.
They haven't turned the ball over since November.
This is what the Chiefs are.
I agree with you. They just got to keep playing this way. You got to keep playing smart. Got to keep control of the ball. And sometimes you just got to get some breaks. First play of the game last week, Nico Remigio, a little loose with the ball, fumbled it. But Samaje Perine is right there and got the ball. That would have been devastating to start the game if you run it all the way down there and fumble it. They have been aware, and they have made those little plays. They've recovered the fumbles when they've dropped the ball. They've recovered the fumbles when the other team loses it. They've been in position to make plays. They just have to keep doing it. I like this matchup, though.
We'll take a break back after this on WHB. Here, let's hear from a couple of index fingers. Let's hear from a couple of Chiefs defenders who I had a chance to catch up with after the game in the locker room while Leabo was playing grab ass. No.
Know what I was doing?
I don't know. With Andy Reid over there?
Yeah.
You were going back and forth from the interview room to the locker
You're
room.
running around.
I know what you were not doing.
You're not getting the answers. Jake won it on the -9.5.
Damn it. How do you not ask about that? Ask him today.
Let's hear
I want answers.
from Chief safety Brian Cook, who briefly left the game with a head injury. But here's Brian Cook after the game. All right, how'd it feel to get out there after a lengthy absence? You guys had several weeks off. How'd you guys feel at the beginning of the game?
No, we feel good. We feel fresh. I mean, obviously the weather was, it was definitely cold outside, but other than that, we was pretty good overall.
So when you left for a little bit for the game, take me through that. What happened with you?
Nah, I just got hit in the head, and I was to make sure everything was straight. I, a little dizzy, but nothing major. I was able to come back in and did the protocol for concussion, so I passed everything. So I'm fine right now.
When that happens, you obviously want to get back in the game quick. How is that to come off the field? Is that frustrating?
Yeah, it's definitely frustrating, because they take you do a whole bunch of tests, and the whole time they ask me about the test, I'm sitting here asking them, like, what quarter is it? Who got the ball? What's everything like that. But, you try to stay focused and understand, like, I can't help them. I can't do anything out there. And that's also the most frustrating part. And then after I was able to pass the test, I was able to get back out there, and I was fine after that.
You guys pressured Stroud on half his dropbacks, had 8 or 9 sacks. Just take me through the defense and how you guys were able to affect him throughout especially in the second half.
He just sent a lot more pressure, and then on the back end, just way more tight coverage, giving our front line a chance to get to the quarterback. And obviously he has a problem. He can be an issue with his legs, so having them contain him and things like that was pretty good. Pretty good mixture as far as like playing off each other and things like that.
Does it feel to be one game away from returning back to the Super Bowl?
It's good, man. Job not done. So you try to focus. We're going to enjoy it while we have it. And then as the week goes on and days, we're going to prepare, as if, we already know what's at stake, what I'm saying? So we just got to keep our eyes on the prize.
So will you sit and watch the game tomorrow between Buffalo and Baltimore?
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. I'm still a football fan regardless, so I'm still going to watch just to watch. Obviously I can do some self-scouting as well. Scout them as well. But, I love the game, so I'm definitely going to watch it for sure.
You've seen both those quarterbacks. What do you think of that matchup tomorrow?
I'm excited, bro. Popcorn should be going to be ready that day. Yeah, I'm excited to see them boys go at it. They're definitely, putting up some different numbers, what I'm saying, and seeing how they perform and leading their team, it's a beautiful thing. So I'm excited to watch and be a bystander for for a day. You
guys worked hard to get that 1 seed. How important is it to get whoever wins? They got to come through Arrowhead. How important is that?
Oh, it's very important. What I'm saying, we know it's at stake. We came here for, so we just job not finished. So we going to, just said before, we're going to enjoy it and we're going to move forward.
He said a beautiful thing. You know what else is a beautiful thing? To see cornerback Jalen Watson return from injury. And the Chiefs will have him, of course, again next week against the Buffalo Bills. That's awesome, man. And so we all caught up with corner Jalen Watson after his first game back from injury.
Did you think you'd be back and in this position, and what did it feel like to be out there for a playoff game?
I did. I told everybody I would. It felt great, though. It felt great to be back out there with my teammates, just not sitting and watching them and knowing I could try to help contribute, win it.
At what point thought that, okay, this is going to happen. I'm going to get a chance to be on the field.
The moment before I got my surgery, and I asked him, was it possible? And he said, it's a small possibility. That's when I knew I'd be able to play again.
Who's your surgeon? Do you remember his name?
Bob Anderson.
How did you feel once you got out there and took your first couple of reps?
Felt good. Confident in myself.
I mean, compared to before their injury, how close are you?
I don't know. I'm almost there.
I think you had shoulder surgery last offseason, right? And then to have the leg surgery today. What was the difference in trying to get back and be ready compared to what you went through last offseason?
There's no difference. You just wake up each day and attack the day and try to, do the most you can to get back on the field, and that's what I did.
Yeah, we all know that playing man coverage is one of the hardest things to do in this sport. You guys did it a lot. That led to a lot of hits, a lot of sacks. Just how much do you think Steve tried to trust you guys with that type of assignment, given how good Nico has been all year?
Yeah, Spaz, he really trusts. Of course, we got a great corner in Trent, and he trusts the rest of the DB group to play tight, sticky coverage so we could get a D-line time to get sacks, and we did a good job at that today.
Jalen, with the defensive line, just that performance with 8 sacks, how was every level working together in unison to make sure that the defensive line was able to eat today and get sacks today?
Yeah, we try to make their job easier, and they try to make our job easier. Sometimes we might be beat and we get a sack, and sometimes we might have good coverage and get them a sack. So it works hand in hand.
Any sense that you guys just realize that this is another chance to go back to Super Bowl? What's it like to know that this team has worked all year for this, but met the moment when the moment was here?
I mean, since my rookie year, we always knew there was a chance at winning the Super Bowl. We just got to take advantage of our opportunities, not beat ourselves, and let the cards fall.
It's funny.
Is it?
What you don't hear
when you're engaged?
Seriously, while you're got a microphone out and trying to get an interview done.
Sometimes things happen behind you.
Well, there's a lot of things going on. There were people trying to distract Jay Watt.
Yes. It was an energized locker room post game. They were happy.
So.
They were excited. They're always excited when one of their brothers gets back on the field. Because you can't talk to these guys when they're hurt. So that's the first time anyone's talked to Jalen Watson in a long time. Nod to him, say hello a little bit, just chit-chat in the locker room during the week. But he got out there and played. He played about the right amount. I think he'll be ready for more this week, don't you figure?
Absolutely.
It's
how many snaps do you think he played?
I
got it right here.
It was 40.
Yeah, he cheated.
Which is a little more than
he already knew the answer.
Than Najee Johnson. I was just looking it up.
Yeah, he's like, I don't know what was it.
Well, I can't remember something from 8 seconds ago.
At it.
Well, I'm not looking at it right now.
Have you seen it today?
Yeah, it was today.
Oh, you looked.
I did look today. No,
when
I did.
I say that, I want people to guess.
He said, "Do you know?"
So if you know, then let him guess.
Right. Take my.
How many snaps did Najee Johnson play, Jake? Because he was out there plenty.
32.
34.
See? Let me have a shot, Leabo.
I gave you a shot.
Look at these things.
How many defensive snaps were there in the game?
63.
It's close.
I'm just guessing. I haven't seen
I think it's 65, maybe 63, something like that.
Yeah, Reed had 66, Bolton 64, McDuffie 63, Karlaftis 58, Chris Jones 52, Connor 50, Hicks 50.
That's a lot of Hicks.
Yeah.
Good young player.
This is, in case people are wondering about the wide receiver snaps, Xavier Worthy had 42, Hollywood Brown had 34, Juju Smith-Schuster had 21, D-Hop only had 16, and then Jay Watt with 4. Running back snaps, Kareem Hunt 24, Pacheco 16. And look, I was being harassed by Leabo throughout the game.
Incorrect.
Because I simply said right off the bat, this needs to be Kareem Hunt's game. It needs to be Kareem Hunt's game. And the first couple of drives, when they didn't put Kareem Hunt in, I said,
you weren't happy.
They're being stubborn. And let me tell you, I don't know, Jake, how it looked on TV, but from the press box and watching that game, there was a pretty big difference to me in just the juice that Kareem Hunt had versus Isaiah Pacheco. And it may not be that way next week, but I just watching him from the press box, right? Did you notice it?
I mean it felt more powerful.
Yeah. He's the guy. He had more burst, more power.
I think the Chiefs will.
I mean, he brings power.
I think
I've told you that.
Powell.
to play a little bit differently this week. I mean, I think they did what they had to do to win that game.
You know what they did is they had a game plan, an offensive game plan that went after safeties and linebackers and stayed away from the excellent corners.
Yeah.
It's going to be a different game plan, but they went after the safeties and the linebackers. And it worked.
Yep.
And they won. Back into this on WHB. All right, Kansas City, Steven St. John here. Still wondering if you played Pick 6 from DraftKings yet. You need to get on it because the playoffs are here, but time's running out. As the official daily fantasy sports partner of the NFL, DraftKings does fantasy sports like no one else. Play for better payouts on Pick 6. It's super easy to get started. Select 2 or more players. Choose if they'll have more or less of a stat, like touchdowns, yardage, sacks, and more. Pick 6 is available in most states, including Missouri, and DraftKings is making it even sweeter for first-timers. New Pick 6 customers play $5, get $50 in Pick 6 credits. I love it. Win more cash on Pick 6. Download the DraftKings Pick 6 app and use code 810WHB. That's code 810WHB for new customers to play $5 and get $50 in Pick 6 credits. Only on DraftKings Pick 6. The crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Must be 18 plus. Age and eligibility restrictions vary by jurisdiction. Void where prohibited. 1 per new customer. Bonus awarded as non-withdrawable Pick 6 credits that expire in 30 days. Limited time offer. See terms at pick6.draftkings.com/promos.